Hello and welcome. As you probably guessed, I am MotherAzure, political consultant with Maria. I am back again with another pick a card. My tongue is twisted as hell today, but we're gonna be seeing what your guys have been trying to tell you. I apologize for not having posted last week. It was my last two finals, I believe. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I literally just wiped my whole memory. And when I finished, I was just like, I'm just gonna take a nap, and I forgot to even post on Instagram on my community tab. Just completely forgot. I was just dead. So we're gonna be looking at that. You're probably gonna be able to see that about right now on the screen. I'm gonna be shuffling to get you one card that's gonna help you choose your pile, because for some reason that's what they want me to do. So you're gonna be picking with the pile, with the pile. You're gonna be picking with the card. So please use your intuition. Don't just pick the card because you think it's good. It's if they told me to do that, it's because your guides are going to help you somehow, okay? We're also going to be using some dice and the Affirmators deck in your reading, and I'm going to be shuffling on camera for you, okay? So without further ado, let's get into your piles. For pile 1, you have the Light Seer's Tarot. For pile 2, you have the Revival Arts Tarot. And for pile 3, you have the Tarot of the Divine. Hello for pile 1 with the Light Seer's Tarot, and this Magician card is your reading. So I assume that they didn't really tell me to interpret this first card, but I am going to go ahead and do that anyway, because if they told me, there's a reason for it. So we have the Magician here. The Magician is ruled by Mercury. The Magician, technically, I would call the Magician an alchemist. Is someone that has all the tools that they need to create whatever it is they want to create. Now, why is this something that your guides are telling you? It may be the case that you lack confidence in your skills somehow, or you feel like you are unprepared, because they keep showing me this imagery of a student, but like someone who is studying almost to an obsessive point, like almost with obsessive detail, and kind of going over the same things again and again to make sure you got it. So it's not coming from a place of I want to be prepared fully. It's more so it's coming from that place, but like it's fear based, or based on anxiety, basically. So if that sounds like you, there's your pile. So that is one of the things they're trying to tell you. I feel like they want you to, firstly, know that you're capable. Secondly, that you have all the tools that you need. I'm hearing, okay, so specifically for some of you, you may take this as it resonates. Again, this is a general reading. It's impossible for me to get every single thing for every single person. I'm going to leave it in the center. It's kind of like the heart of your reading. That you have been starting your spiritual journey right now, and some of you may be dabbling a little bit into witchcraft, and I'm going to tell you that as someone who is also a witch. Technically I would call myself a beginner, but I don't fucking know where I am at. I'm just doing whatever. A lot of people will tell you, it's very overwhelming at first, because you feel like, oh, I need this book, oh, I need this ingredient, oh, I need this and that. Use what's available to you. You can make substitutions. If you're using herbs, for example, and I'm going to give you a simple example. Let's say you're doing a protection spell. Protection is always great, okay? Something perfect to start with. And let's say that the spell that you're looking at is telling you to use, I don't know, mugwort or salt. Like, most people will have salt, but there are other herbs that most people don't have usually in their pantry or stuff like that. That doesn't mean that you can't do the spell. You can literally pick a similar herb, a completely different herb, or something that is near you, like where you live, that you associate with those properties. So for example, choosing any type of seed or plant that has spikes on it can be used for protection, because the spikes keep things away from you. Right? So that's the type of thing that they are kind of showing me here, that they mentioned to me. If that resonates for you, you do not have to have every single ingredient, and you don't have to have every single book. Just start somewhere, and I would say just start. Just start. Don't do like something that is overly complicated, because it's going to take a lot out of you and you don't have experience to begin with. But just start with something simple. Like I said, a protection spell, or just like enchant your coffee or your tea, or just anything of that sort is going to be helpful for you. And also kind of see what the consequences of what you do is. See how the environment reacts to you doing this spell. Okay, and take notes of that and go from there. You do not need everything. You cannot know everything. Okay, so just start. If you're gonna wait until you have everything to start, you're never going to start. My fellow procrastinators, huh? Okay, let's see. Sweet Jesus. They're aggressive. That's a 7. Oh, I did mention protection. Oh shit. That's a 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands, there's this energy of resistance and fighting back with this card and standing up for what you believe in. But specifically in this deck, this card really reminds me of protection. So I feel like they really want you to amp up your protection. I don't think that I said protection just because. Clearly not. So this person right here on this card is creating an energy field around them to keep themselves protected, keep themselves balanced. There's something getting in, and here's the thing. Energy has to flow, so something will always come in good. You can limit it to like good energy or neutral energy. But sometimes things do get in. So maybe look at what's getting into your life, and maybe if you need to tweak a little spell, maybe there are things in your environment, people, situations that are kind of disrupting your peace. And those need to be attended to. I was going to say they need to go, but they're like, yeah, no, not everyone needs to go. It's just specific things. Maybe you need a boundary with someone, to set a boundary with someone, or just a boundary with yourself, or just remove yourself from a situation or something like that, okay? But they're emphasizing protection, so if you look into protecting yourself, you don't have to do a spell. I mentioned spells because that's what I said in the beginning. But you can wear protective symbols, just visualize like an energy of protection around you. Connect with whatever it is that in your culture. Some people have certain protection spells that they do with their culture, or just carry certain things around that they consider protection. So for example, the Nazar, if I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. It's like the evil eye charm. So that one's very well known, very popular. But other people kind of maybe they carry a sachet with salt in it, or they wear a rosary, they wear a cross, right? So it really depends. The Eye of Horus, right? It really depends, but just start with something. So they're kind of directing your attention towards your spiritual protection, but I would also say maybe your physical protection. So make sure you're protecting yourself physically as well. And when I say physically, I mean like in the 3D, like in the 3D world that we're in. So being careful in your surroundings, where you are and all of that, but also energetically. Okay, so what is it that I have been trying to tell you? I feel like maybe they're alerting you, like I said, because I'm seeing the imagery here, alerting you to something that's kind of all up in your mess, right? All up in your face, right? And something that's not supposed to be there. So pay attention. I keep feeling like, okay, this would apply if this is a person, but maybe also a situation. So I'm just going to tell you what I keep thinking of. So set up, just speak out loud to your spirit team, or get into a meditation, or whatever it is that you like to do to connect with whoever you believe in, right? That guides you, whoever, it doesn't matter. And ask them to, if there's something in your life that is throwing off your balance, that is threatening your well-being, that you need to be protected from, that if there's something like that in your life, to give you a specific sign. Specifically, what I'm hearing is a word. So maybe if you're in conversation with someone, let's say, and this is a person that is some type of threat to you, physically, energetically, emotionally, whatever, that they will say a specific word. So I keep thinking of mayhem. I don't know why. So maybe if you want to set up a word, it doesn't have to be that one. I'm just saying whatever. So be like, if this person is not good for me, if they are negatively affected me in some way, I want them to say this word when I talk to them, right? And when they say that word, you know that it's them. So it's kind of like confirmation. This can also apply to situations. So maybe you are doing something and you hear someone say the word, or you see the word, or whatever is the sign that you pick. Then you know that's the thing. I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe they your guides, maybe they communicate with you more indirectly. So maybe you can't hear them or see them. And that's how they communicate with you. And don't feel bad for that, because I feel like if people are beginners, maybe they have, like, because I did this too, this kind of Hollywood type of view of spirituality. I don't see my guides like I see people. I don't hear them like I hear people. It's very different for everyone. For me, it's mostly like, it's almost like I am hearing them, but I can't tell that I'm not hearing them externally. It's like it's coming from elsewhere. Most of the time, personally, I just know. So when I say they tell me stuff, 99% of the time, they didn't say it. I didn't hear it with my ears. I just know what they said. I know they said something and I know what they said. It's super weird. So don't feel bad if your gifts don't look like in the movies, or they don't manifest themselves like other people's, because that doesn't mean you don't have gifts, or that doesn't mean that you're doing them wrong or anything like that. Your gifts are your gifts, okay? Work with them as they are. You can always improve, but there are just certain ways that are going to work better for you, and others that will not, and that's okay. I don't know why they gave me 2 cards. I feel very out of breath in your reading, which is weird. I don't know if you were anxious or something like that. I'm gonna leave that in the middle. I don't care. So, well, this one was like that. So you have the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. That is so interesting. I'm not sure what, like, in what order they came out, because they were just 2 cards. But what I said about meditating what may help you a lot. And here's the thing, meditating doesn't have to be you sitting down and not moving. There are other ways to meditate. Sometimes people meditate while dancing, or they do like repetitive motion of some sort. Some people meditate while they are walking through nature, or just like on a what the hell is the thing called, like at the gym, like the machine where you walk. I don't go to the gym, like can you tell? And maybe that you put on music and then you just go into a trance. That will be very helpful for you, because it kind of calms down your nervous system. Okay. I also want to say here again, many of the things that you're trying to do, or that you're trying to accomplish, feel very far away from you, like you can't achieve them just yet. And that may be the case right now, but it won't be the case forever. So don't focus on how long it's gonna take you to get there, just one step at a time, because I feel like you can become very easily overwhelmed, and that kind of hinders your progress even more, because you start thinking about, oh my god, I haven't done this, I haven't accomplished this, I keep getting stuck, I'm not seeing results. So then you get even more stuck because you don't try again, or you become so overwhelmed that you don't know what to even do next. So try to take things as slowly as possible. It's all a phase, okay? A phase? Excuse me? Where did that come from? A phase. Why would they say that? Maybe they're saying, okay, I don't know why I said that. Like, that's one of the first times that has happened to me. One of the few times where I say something, I'm like, I didn't mean to say that. Where the fuck did that come from? Maybe what they're saying is, with the phase thing, is that everything is like in phases. So like maybe you will have a phase where you have very fast movement, but then you won't move as fast, and that's okay. So some days you will make a lot of progress, other days you will not make a lot of progress, and that's okay. And maybe it can be more than days, it can be weeks or months, and that's right. I want you to kind of be patient with yourself, okay? a face. That's so weird that they use that. Oh, look. Ups and downs. Hold on. That was weird. I feel very out of breath in your reading, so let's try it again. It says, that's weird. I see life as an incredible ride, and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what make things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. Again, some days are just going to be better than others, and that's okay. Sometimes you will work faster, sometimes you will take longer. Like, it just really depends, but you do have the tools and you do have the means, okay? So that's like the main thing here. So also very much connect with your emotions. You, like I said, maybe you're so focused on learning and doing, they're not really paying attention to how you're feeling. Like, I feel like you may notice like your negative emotions, but you kind of push them aside because you have to be more productive or you have to do other stuff. And sometimes we have to do that because like that's the reality of the world, but I feel like you don't come back to that later. And this is something that you consistently do and you end up not dealing with your emotions in any way. And connecting with your emotions is really going to help you in whatever spiritual work you're trying to do. Because let me tell you something, trying to do something specific, like let's say you're trying to manifest something and you're angry and you're sad and you're exhausted, you're not going to be able to do it. You're just not going to focus, okay? And that energy is going to get in the middle of it because it doesn't really correspond with what it is that you want, okay? So bottling it up is not going to work on the long run. It may be on the long run. It may be a quick fix. Sometimes we have to do it. We can't like burst out crying. Well, we can burst out crying in public, but like nobody really wants to do that, right? So you can pause it and then come back to it. Not put it on complete like hold. Just a little pause. Come back to it later when you can, okay? So let me get you some numbers that maybe will be a sign for you. Maybe they are numbers I have been seeing. This may be loud. I apologize in advance. So you got 3 and 4. It can also be 4 and 3. If I add them up, this is 7. So maybe your life path or something of that sort may be a relevant number for you. Watch out for it. It may be a sign in the future. Okay? So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do love my episodes of the channel over there and also in my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello, Bell 2 with the Revival Art Tarot and the Death card. This is your reading, so I'm going to be looking at this card because they did say it was going to help you pick. So we're going to put it right here and let me look at that. So the first thing that I thought of when I saw this card is that maybe you have been asking your guides for guidance because you feel very lost. So considering this death, it's the Death card, and you may have recently gone through a very destabilizing event. Doesn't have to necessarily be a death. It can be a death of the ego. It can be like a death of a part of yourself. It can be a literal death. It can be just a big disruptive event. That even though you kind of knew on some level that it was gonna happen, because that's the thing with the Death card, and that's how I kind of see the difference between the Death card and the Tower cards. That the Tower is sudden. The Death card may also be sudden, but we all know that death is going to happen, right? So this is something that you kind of knew or just expected to happen on some level, but it still hits you hard either way. And you have kind of been looking for where to go next, right? Because there's no going back once the Death card is there. Once death occurs, there's no going back, right? So there's only ahead, basically. So whatever ended is not something that can be recovered, or that can be, let's say, picked back up, right? So there's only forward now for you. And I don't know why I'm feeling that so hard with that card that you have been like asking, and your guys are like, yo, they're trying to help you, but maybe you, with the death card, there's the grief part that they're kind of bringing to mind right now. So even though you asked for guidance, maybe you feel like you have gotten no guidance, or you have gotten the guidance, but you kind of don't fully understand it, or you think it's not helpful. Could be either of those. Take it as it resonates. So the other card that you got is the Four of Pentacles. And this Four of Pentacles, there's this sense of kind of false stability, in my opinion, with the Four of Pentacles, because this is someone who, in the traditional tarot, they kind of think they have everything. They're kind of like a mock emperor kind of thing, because they're sitting on their throne. They have their pentacles, but then you have the Five of Pentacles, so they kind of lose what they have. So they're not truly stable. So you may be like at a point where you are holding on very tightly to what it is that you have, or you were holding very tightly to what it is that you lost. So now that's why you feel so destabilized, and you're trying to kind of find comfort in some ways. Your guys, like, the main thing your guys have been trying to tell you is that they need you to actually move, because with the Four of Pentacles, the man in the Four of Pentacles is not moving. He's not going anywhere, right? He's just sitting there with his pentacles, being all like fulfilled with his Four of Pentacles that he thinks are like everything, right? Because that's the thing with the Four of Pentacles. He's holding them very tightly, and here in Death card, this knight is kneeling on the ground. He's not actually moving. And the angel is like the one that came to him and is kind of touching their shoulder. So, and then you have this card. So I definitely feel like the main thing that they're trying to tell you is that they want you to move. Actually move. This may be a literal move. Like, they may actually be talking about you moving elsewhere. Maybe moving to a different house. Maybe moving out of the state, out of the country, out of wherever you live. That may be literal for some of you. If that's something that you have been asking about, they're telling you to do it, okay? Always, however, please use your own judgment here. I am only telling you my advice is not going to apply to every single situation. Always check in with yourself, okay? Just letting you know. This can also be moving out of the routine that you have created for yourself that you are currently following. So maybe this routine doesn't really fit where you're at in life anymore, or it just is not helpful for you in this moment right now. There's something about it that is keeping you stagnant. So do something out of your routine. So take a different route to work. Maybe decide to go to a club one day, or just to the library. Do something that you don't typically do, and something out of the ordinary for you, and that's gonna help with the energy. It's gonna help the energy start flowing. Okay, it's important for you to do your grieving for whatever this is, because it is the Death card. In my opinion, the Death card always comes with grief, because it is an ending. Any ending can come with grief. So it's important for you to deal with that grief, but it's also important for you to take care of yourself and to make sure that although you are giving yourself enough time to process whatever it is, that you are also not shutting yourself off from the world. So it's such a difficult message because whatever this is, for me personally, for the majority of you, feels kind of emotionally painful. So it's kind of difficult for me to find the right words to give you the message, because telling you to just get up and move is not helpful at all, and I know that. So I just want you to try doing something, just one thing, okay? And that is going to help you. If you can only do one thing out of the ordinary, if you can only take one step out of your routine, that's okay. All right? That's going to help you take another step or do another thing. If you can only do one thing out of your, like, outside of your routine every day or once a week, that is perfect. You don't have to increase it. Just do something. Because eventually you have to come back to your life. And even though things technically won't be like they were before, because there's this death card, there's positivity and there's good in the future, because I have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is fast movement, but the Eight of Wands, it's also a card that I associate with good news, like the good things coming in, right? So there's good for you in the future. Okay, so let me get you one of the Affirmators. Maybe they will emphasize some part of the message or give you something new. Please give me just one. That is a lot. In a way, I'm hearing prunes. Show me grapes. Heard prunes. I don't know if you're eating that or if that's something you like. I don't know. Oh, New Year's. So maybe you want to do some New Year's resolutions. Like, because here's the thing. Like in his Latin American countries, I don't know if it's all of them, but mine personally is. On New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, you eat 12 grapes at midnight, one for each month of the year, and you kind of make like a wish. You don't have to wait until then if you don't want to, but just set some goals for yourself. I think that's kind of what they were trying to tell me. Set some goals for yourself. They don't have to be big goals. They don't have to be long-term goals. Just one goal. Like if you struggle, for example, because I'm going to talk about this because this is a normal part of grieving. Some people find it difficult when they're grieving, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is, to take care of their personal hygiene. So you may have a difficulty getting out of bed and brushing your teeth, right? That is completely normal. Most people don't like to talk about that because it's the ugly side of it, but it's the truth. It happens. If that is something that you struggle with, your goal would be to do it once a day. That's it. Or once every few days. Whatever you need to do, right? Or drink. Maybe your goal will be to drink 8 glasses of water a day. That can be your goal as well. Right? So just something small, just pick something, 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, whatever it is that you want, and set some goals. There are no rules here, just something that you want to achieve. Whether you want to achieve it today, tomorrow, or next week. Just do that for yourself because it's going to help you stay motivated and kind of get you out of the rut that you have been stuck in, right? So let's see. Ooh, my God. I'm not laughing at that. I just find it funny sometimes when I say something and then they kind of confirm or give like a complimentary message. I don't know. I just really like that. It makes me laugh sometimes. This one says letting go. I don't dwell on bad things that happened. I let things go because I have enough heavy things to carry around. And also, grudges aren't a great look. My ass got stuck again. Okay. It's literally a camel. Letting go of things. So yeah, letting go. They want you to move on from this. From whatever the situation is, they want you to take steps towards it. It doesn't mean that you have to let go today. Just work toward it. Set realistic goals for yourself. And be compassionate and patient with yourself. Do things that bring you joy, and if you feel like nothing brings you joy anymore, or that you have no hobbies, start looking for one. So just try some things out, like sewing, embroidery, hiking. I don't know. Whatever it is that you're interested in, just pick one thing and try it. If you like it, keep doing it. If you don't like it, try another one, right? So just find something that brings you joy, that fills you with energy, that makes you laugh for a little bit, and it's going to help you a lot. So let me get you some numbers that may be signs for you. They may have been seeing recently, any of that, whatever they want to tell you with this. You may be seeing them around later on after this reading. So let's see. This may be loud, I'm warning you. 1 and 2. So maybe 1 and 2, 2 and 1, 12, or number 3. You can mix them around however you want. This may be a life path number, just an overall significant number for you. Okay. Yep, that's it. So I was doing like that because sometimes they tell me extra stuff, but no. I think that's mainly what they wanted you to know. They want you to let go of that so you can enjoy your future. Well, your present, right? Enjoy your present moment. Yep, so that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do love my episodes of the channel over there, and also in my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello for your Power 3 with the Tarot of the Divine and the 5 of Pentacles. This is your reading. I found this interesting because you are the only group that got a minor arcana. But I'm going to look at this because they said that this card is going to help you see if this is actually the group for you. So if this resonates, whatever I'm going to say now in relation to this card, it's going to help you decide, like, realize this is your group. So what you guys have been trying to tell you may have been, like, just looking at the card, the first thing I heard was, I'm trying my best. So, and I'm also seeing right now, like, you may feel like you are always struggling and only barely make it. Because I kind of keep seeing someone running, and they're kind of running like in front of or like away from a crumbling rock of some sort or a mountain. And they kind of just make it to solid ground with like the rocks, like the abyss, like just right there. And just as they're about to catch their breath, they have to take off again. But it's like they always make it like this much. And that's something that you may be feeling right now with whatever situation you have in life. Because the 5 of Pentacles, it's kind of like being left out in the cold. For me, it's also a card of not having all the answers, or somehow, some way, not having access to something that you feel like you need, or actually not access to something that you need. There's need, and you need something, and this is not being met for some reason, for whatever reason, anyway. And it's like I'm trying. That's what I'm feeling. I'm really trying. I'm trying my best. And in this card specifically, this girl right here has a match in her hand, and she's trying to, like, it's the only source of warmth that she has, and she's trying to kind of keep it alive. But when I see this card, this representation of this card, it always reminds me of the song Hide Your Ghost by Sawyer Fredericks. If I'm not mistaken, I may have said his name wrong. If I did, I apologize. Look up that song. It's beautiful, but it's kind of like the flame represents hope. So you're trying not to lose hope. Okay? And so if that resonates with your reading, definitely. And let me just tell you, I think your guides and me as well, even if I don't know you, are they're really, really proud. Because this is something that takes a lot of strength. Like, it takes a lot for you, like, for people to not lose hope. You have to actually hang on. You may have wanted to give up, and some people have given up, but you haven't. So pat yourself in the back for it. You have done a great job. Okay? Ten of Pentacles. And please give me the other card before I say what I was gonna say. Because, yep, there it is. I wanted to see what other card was going to come up because I really wanted to see if it was going to be like a complete thing. So this is great news. So this is going to end, okay? This constant hardship that you have been experiencing is going to end. We have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is the ultimate fulfillment in the Suit of Pentacles, okay? It's the completion. It's a card of... It's very much a card that I associate with legacy. Also family. Sharing your gifts. Sharing your knowledge as well, looking at the representation of this card. But also kind of reaching the end of your journey. So I feel like this is telling me that not only are there better days soon for you, the star is talking to me about healing. So they don't want you to lose hope. Like, that's the main thing that I've been trying to tell you. Don't lose hope, because this is not going to last forever, okay? There is a way out, even if you don't see it right now. Like, even if you don't think that you will ever come into this building, that you will ever experience warmth, that you feel like your hope is running out, your flame is gonna turn off, it won't, okay? It won't. Also, going back to the song that I mentioned, there are people that are going to be your allies. So if you feel alone right now, or maybe you are alone, right? There are people that will be coming into your life that are going to help you. Because one big thing about that song, and also this Ten of Pentacles right here, is the sense of community. In the song, the girl, you're going to see it, I suppose, if you choose to look it up, is alone with her candle. Someone saves her. And just when her hope is kind of about to run out, she finds more people. So there's this sense of community, right? So I feel like people are going to come into your life. It's kind of like your found family. And I'm going to tell you just like a little bit of a personal thing, because I felt like this as well. I mostly, like, I came to a whole different country. I don't live in the I live in the United States, but I'm not from here, right? I came here when I was a teenager, which means I didn't have any friends. I also eventually left school. I like public school and started online school because I had terrible anxiety. So I ended up losing the few friends that I made in time that I was in public school because I stopped talking to them. And I spent years without having any actual close friends, right? But then suddenly, like, it was literally when I least expected it. I hate when people tell you, oh, you will find the right person when you least expect it. Oh, this will happen when you least expect it. But sometimes it actually happens like that, because to me it happened on a random day. And I met a bunch of people through social media, literally, and it was like a joke. Like, it wasn't even like a serious thing. And here I am 2 years later, and I have like an amazing friend group, and I love these people. Even if they're like online, I don't care, because they are actually amazing people that I feel like they're my family, like they're my found family. So I'm telling you this because I want you to know that it's possible, because I know how it feels to be here in this state where you're like, I'm just gonna give up. And I understand it, but I want to tell you that there is better. Even if you don't see it right now, I see better for you, okay? And I know there will be better for you, and there are people for you. There will be people for you if there are not people for you right now, okay? So that's why I wanted to share that, because it's true. It's weird how it happened to me, but because it happened to me, I know it can happen to anyone else, okay? And they're showing that here to me. You have the star here as well, and it almost looks like the same person, but there's something very important here for you moving forward. They want you to take lessons from your past, whatever it is that you have learned, to not forget it, because there are lessons that are important that will serve you later in life, but to not let it be what defines you, or to not let them be the only thing that guides your life. They want you to always look forward to better instead of to worse. And if you can't look forward to better, just look forward to neutral. Okay? Because, you know, sometimes things are not always bad, you know? And so they kind of want you to focus on what is good, what has been good, so that you may be able to better move forward. Because sometimes things may not happen immediately for you, but they want you to kind of hang on, and they want you to know that there's this possibility in your future. Okay? And they're really guiding you. They're there with you, especially with the star card. I know, because like this is supposed to be what your guys have been trying to tell you. But this star card is a card that I also associate with divine guidance. We had the stars here. And people have used the stars too for guidance for a long time. Since I think we'll learn how to navigate the seas, right? So they are guiding you as best as they can, even if you can't see it right now. Or even if you feel mostly alone, you are not, okay? Let me get you a card from here. Okay, those are 2 cards, but we're going to take them. Oh, this card, Pile 1 got it too, so if you felt called to watch Pile 1 as well, go ahead and do that. So you have ups and downs. I see life as an incredible ride, and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what make things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. And then you have magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence. I'll fill mine with holy crap, that's unbelievable. So they want you, they really want you to look at life with a more positive lens, or at least with the lens, like at least in a way where you believe that things are possible for you. Because if you have gone through a lot, and like I said, you feel like you always almost barely you made it by this much, right? You almost didn't make it. You may feel like nothing really works for you, or that nothing really good can work for you, so you're just getting by. But things can work for you, and they will work for you, okay? And also, they have worked for you in the past. And I know how difficult it can be sometimes in the midst of all the shitty things that happen, to see how something has gone right. But try to look at that, maybe journal on it, and see what you can come up with, because it feels silly sometimes, but it does help. And if it's something that you do regularly enough to kind of analyze like how things have worked out for you before, it helps see how they could work out in the future, and slowly it kind of changes your perspective a little bit. So there are possibilities for you, and things will most definitely get better, because we have that 10 of Cups, which is a beautiful card to get, and also the Star card. And this is like a new, with the Star card, when you look back on your circumstances as they were today, and the person that you are today, when you look back, everything is, I think it's gonna make sense for you. And it's not that you're going to be a completely different person, but you will probably feel like a completely different person. Or at least, like, you are a more complete person. Not that you aren't a complete person, but maybe you feel like there's certain parts that are empty, or certain parts that are not the way they should be. So you may feel inadequate in some way. But again, just the bottom line is there is better, even if it doesn't look like that way right now. So let me get you some numbers that you might be seeing in the future. That may be signs for you, or just numbers that are important for you that they want to confirm, anything like that. Okay, let's see. This may be loud. I apologize already. There we go. 3 and 5, maybe 3 and 5, 35, 53, number 8 as well. You can add them up, switch them around, whatever you want to do, look them up. You want to see what they mean, you can look that up as well on Google, so you may be seeing these as well. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I was seeing if they want to say something else, but no. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do all of my updates about the channel over there, and also my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much love to you. Bye bye.